Imagine waking up tonight, walking to your front door, and realizing your house keys don't work anymore. And why is that? Because apparently your security guard cloned your master key, sold it to a fugitive down the street, and that fugitive just changed your locks. That is not a bad dream, ladies and gentlemen. That is the exact reality exposed by the KTN investigative team. Right now, as we sit here, the very soul of Kenyan citizenship is being auctioned off to the highest bidder in the back alleys of Nairobi. Birth certificates, national IDs, and our sacred green passports, the foundational elements of our national sovereignty, are reportedly being traded like cabbages in a market. Foreign rebels, internationally sanctioned individuals, and international pariahs are utilizing a web of slimy brokers, rogue immigration insiders, and literal parents for hire to transform themselves into paper genuine Kenyans overnight. You see, this isn't just a corruption story, ladies and gentlemen. This is a system voting from the head down. There is an old, profound African proverb that warns that a house with an open door invites even the lame hyena to the feast. For decades, Kenya's immigration department hasn't functioned as a fortress protecting the republic. It has run like a grocery store with the cash register attached. When foreign warlords can walk into Nyayo House and walk out with a biometric passport, we haven't just left the door open. We have laid out a welcome mat for the hyenas. And let's talk about these parents for hire. It brings to mind another proverb that the rat inside the house told the rat outside the house that there is fish in the basket. The existential threat here isn't just the aggressive outsider. It is the absolute collapse of civic morality from within. For a few thousand shillings, people are selling their ancestral lineage, letting rogue elements graft themselves onto Kenyan family trees. When the state's gatekeepers become the broker's business partners, citizenship ceases to be a sacred covenant and becomes a cheap commodity. Now, let's bring this down to earth for a moment. Think about what this actually means for you and for me. Every time a sanctioned criminal carries a Kenyan passport, every single honest Kenyan traveling abroad pays the price. Our green book gets diluted. Our hard-working students, business owners, and tourists end up facing grueling, humiliating visa interrogations at foreign borders. Our international standing is dragged through the mud. And why is that? All because a few fat-cat bureaucrats wanted to buy a second Toyota Prado. You see, this isn't a new disease in this country. It is a historical cancer that has metastasized. Historically, the Kenyan state has always weaponized identity documentation. I want you to look at our history. Following colonial anxieties and post-independence shifts, the state subjected specific communities, most notably Kenyan Somalis, to humiliating exclusionary screening exercise. And I'm talking about the infamous 1989 vetting protocols carried out under the gaze of rooting out aliens. Genuine indigenous citizens were forced to carry extra verification cards just to prove they belonged to the land of their birth. Look at the bitter, hypocritical irony today. While legitimate, multi-generational Kenyan minorities have historically faced systematic bottlenecks, aggressive vetting, and tears just to get a simple ID card, wealthy foreign warlords completely bypass the line. These individuals don't get vetted. They don't get vetted at all. And so the system penalizes its own marginalized people while rolling out the red carpet for foreign capital, no matter how blood-stained that capital is. This underground trade is a direct violent assault of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Chapter 3, Article 12 explicitly states that citizenship is a sacred right, but it presumes this is based on legal constitutional parameters. When the state machinery fabricates citizenship by cash, it insults every single person who calls themselves Kenyan in this country. But here's the most terrifying part of the KTN expose. Look ahead to the upcoming 2027 general elections. Under Article 38, every citizen has the right to a free, fair, and regular elections based on universal suffrage. But our entire electoral infrastructure relies on the national identity database. If the database is compromised, the voter register is a complete fiction. When thousands of Fathom citizens hold genuine IDs, which are obtained through fraudulent births, the integrity of the vote is dead on arrival. We are no longer talking about simple ballot stuffing at a local polling station. We are talking about the potential architectural hacking of Kenyan democracy by foreign interest and deep-pocketed syndicates. You see, a country that sells its identity documents has sold its sovereignty. It is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot build a secure nation on a foundation of rented parents and forged birth certificates. If the executive branch does not aggressively clean house, does not aggressively purge cartels and restore absolute sanctity of our register and registration systems, we'll learn another brutal lesson the hard way. As elders say, the architecture of a house built with saliva will eventually be brought down by the morning dew. Let's wake up before the dew falls in this country. My name is Biketi. If it is your first time here, make sure to follow this channel and to subscribe for more political analysis.